Hey guys, I know I look crazy funny because I have all my makeup on except for my eyes, but I am going to go ahead and do a palette 5 look. My big sister keeps telling me she wants to see me in the bright pink, so I guess I'm going to do a bright pink video for you guys real quick. And I did the like suspicious antique sarcastic look on Friday, and I posted pictures and I said I was going to post a video of me doing it, and I didn't get to do that. It's been a really busy weekend, but I will post that video soon after I post this one. I just have to do a little bit of editing on it. So anyway, I've done the rest of my makeup, and I'm going to go ahead and I don't even have a plan of exactly how I'm going to make my eyes look, but I know my sister just wants pink, so I guess I'm just going to make it pink. I know it's really weird that I'm not even like looking in the camera. It throws me off a little bit. I'm using my cell phone because it's a lot easier to use my cell phone than it is to use my Younique when I can't like set it up. Okay, so some of the brushes I use, like I used to work at Sephora, so I have a lot of Sephora brushes. This one's a Smoky V Bare Essentials. I think it came with a Bare Essentials kit, but I like how looks like that. It's pretty easy to find brushes that are similar. And then I have, this one is IT Cosmetics just blending brush, and I have the Sephora Professional. I know they look totally different now, but it's a silver kind. And then I have Laura Mercier, and I also have like an Urban Decay one that's like the flat shadow. I like that for the more concentrated. I did not clean my brushes, so that's what I'm doing right now. And then this one I got when I used to be part of, I don't remember, I did Ipsy and I did Birchbox, and I want to say this one came in Ipsy, and it's a Coastal Scents BRC N02, which is kind of an all-over shadow brush, but I mean, I have Sephora brand, I have all kinds of different brands of shadow brushes, and that's pretty much all I'm going to use. Oh, and this is a Sephora, and you can find it all over, like a liner brush. It's got tape on it because it was gratis, but yeah, so my nose is a little runny, I'm sorry. One thing I can tell you that is really helpful if you've done the rest of your face and you're using bright colors, you're using really dark colors, and you don't want to get makeup all over your beautiful like highlighted area, is you can use a tissue, and then you can do a line, you can hold it here. So I might do that a little bit when I'm using some of these bright colors. So I think I'm just gonna wing it. So do we like pink and silver, or do we like, I think we'll do silver, pink, and purple. So I'm going to start with some of the Silver Brilliant from palette 5. You guys, these come out, remember, these come out September 15th. And always use an eye primer. I've got my Face Brilliant, my Glorious Face and Eye Primer on. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Silver Lady. Look at that. It's like a sterling silver. And I would say it's more sterling silver than it is white gold, if you're comparing the two. But for real, the Vindictive is more, I don't know, it's kind of a gold brassy kind of color. So, that is hot. And then let's see, let's just roll with it. So here is the Victorious. We're gonna do a little Victorious, the very last one, that bright pink. And I'm gonna grab this baby. I'm using toilet paper, but I swear tissues work a lot better. I just don't have any tissues. And so I'm putting this on like the last, I don't know, quarter, third, and then in my crease, just brushing it up, brushing it up. So I'm going to the grocery store later, and they're going to be like, what's she all, you know, she looks cray-cray. Oh well. Okay. Can y'all see that? Hope so. By the way, this whole trick is like, a lot of people use tape too, but this trick is like really awesome for even if you don't have your makeup on yet. If you want to do that like really wide angled shadow where it comes all the way like out here and it's like winged up. I did that all the time when I would go to work for Sephora. I miss working there. Don't miss retail hours though. Beep, beep, boop, boop. It's like a windshield wiper. That's bright pink, y'all. I know I feel a little crazy. Feel a little crazy. This might be a bit much for a small town I live in. Okay. And now, should I do sarcastic? Let's do purple. Let's just do purple. This sarcastic color I think is my favorite color in the palette. Well, no, I think vintage is. I don't know. I really like vintage, but I also really like sarcastic. Oh, okay, you can see that. This is sarcastic, and then this one's vintage. So this is fearless purple. Put a little bit of that in there. That's kind of in the crease in the lower quarter. So there really isn't going to be a whole lot of silver on my eyes. I just use that as a base color on my lid. This is probably not a look I would wear to work nowadays, where I work now, but okay. So I know it's all uneven, right? And looks funny. That's what this blender brush is for. Blend the lines, blend the lines. I'm just going to blend a little bit of my powder so it doesn't look as... Okay. And I want to put something up on my brow, but I don't want to use a really bright color. So how about we use Palette 4's Tender. And I just blend that in. Sometimes if I do my eyes and I blend, I feel like I lose some of the color. Like a lot of people really like to blend, and I like it to be a little bit more vibrant. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna add a little bit more pink. And I'm going to put a little bit of silver. A little bit of brilliant. You see that? And that's totally typical. Places. Okay. Here's some Victorious pink. Now I Liner, I don't always use liner. Sometimes you can use liner if you want, or you don't have to. The thing about makeup is there are rules, but there really are no rules. Because you can really do whatever you want. And I don't really care. If someone says, oh, she's not doing it right, you know what? There's many, many, many ways you can do your makeup. So just a little bit more Victorious in there. Just to bring that pink back out. Because I blended a lot of it in. And I'll blend just the edge of it. Okay, so liner, no liner. What do I do with that? I always use my light powder brush constantly down here. It's like a thing of mine. Okay. Lashes, and I guess I'm going to skip the liner because I don't really want to make my eyes look any smaller because I kind of like how open they look here. You could use a white liner, and I didn't. I think it's still in my other makeup stuff. A white liner in here. But we're going to keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Kiss it. So my 3D fibers, this is almost a brand new one because mine was out. So, try and keep it so you guys can see me. Yes, I got my mouth like this. You guys might be able to hear my husband. He's playing Destiny, as per usual. He's talking to the other people on the other end. Jacob's napping because he was being a fussy butt. I did a ton of cleaning and I made gluten-free walnut pancakes for breakfast for my husband. Mine and Jacob's didn't have any walnut. Let me just tell you guys, these 2-year molars, my son is 20 months, and I think he's like working on those 2-year molars for like at least a month now. He's just swollen, swollen, swollen back there. And I feel like maybe the reason it's called terrible twos is because of those molars. I feel bad for him though. I know. Sometimes it takes me a long time to do this because I'm just a little particular. But you can put this mascara on faster, I promise. I just dilly-dally. I made a mess today. Man. It is possible to use this mascara without making a mess, but I'm really not that good at doing stuff on camera yet. Makes me nervous. Alright, my coat over top. The gel transplant tint over top of the fibers. So I used the gel and then the fibers and the gel, and you can always, if you want to keep building, do another fiber. But I'm just going to stick with what I have. So this is a 3D Moodstruck mascara. It's our mascara, the Younique mascara. And one of the big tips is before you put on the fibers, like I showed you, roll it on your hand so you don't get fibers everywhere. and then you want to wait until the fibers are dried on your lashes, so you go and put this transferring plantant gel on. So that is why I did gel, fibers, and then went back and did the gel, you know, because otherwise you end up with the fibers all in your transplanted transferring gel, and then it's kind of gets like chunky and funky, and you don't want to mess up the gel. The gel is supposed to be strictly the gel. So, all done. What do you guys think? Recap. So first, wrong palette. So palette 5, Addiction. Moodstruck, I used Brilliant all over my lid, and then I put Victorious, the pink, in the crease in like the last, maybe third quarter, and then I put some Fearless in there, the Fearless, and that was really in my crease and a little bit over the pink Victorious. And then I used palette 4, but you can use, if you only want to get palette 5 and you don't have palette 4, you can use any kind of good like underbrow highlight kind of color. So I used, I know my nails are a mess, Tender. And so I used that underneath my brow, and then I went back and added just a little bit more pink Victorious so that it had some pop. And then I used Brilliant on my lower, where my lashes are, and then some Victorious. So y'all see that? I'll take some pictures. Thank you guys.